You need somebody to hold you, somebody who told you, somebody who knows you, somebody in a room full of bitches and still chose you.
Welcome back, Talks with Purpose. Special guest today. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
What's up, y'all? I go by the name of Heartbreak Mosa, aka Mosa. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, let's get into it.
Appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate you, bro.
Now, we was just talking how we gonna give, our communities real raw content, value shit. You feel me? Just putting on for the others. You feel me?
Yeah. So
let's start off with, who are you, bro? Like, who are you? Like, where you grew up? Like, what was your childhood like? Like, talk to me about that.
Shit, so I'm Mosa, as y'all know. My real name is Jason Jamosin. I was born in the Bronx, New York.
Oh, where?
Yeah.
What part?
Like Monroe.
Oh, shit.
There, yeah. My mom went to Monroe College.
Fire.
And then moved to Lawrence, lived in Lawrence for a little bit, and I grew up in Haverhill for the rest of my life.
Okay.
And
you did school out there in New York, like elementary?
Nah. I did I did preschool.
Okay.
I did preschool in New Jersey.
Oh, right.
And then because my grandma was like the owner of, well, she was like the head teacher there.
Yeah.
And it was like a small
the
preschool.
connections, networking, bro.
Yeah. So I was always at her preschool, and then and Lawrence was like first grade, and then all that.
Okay.
But
and then Haverhill was like middle school, high school.
Yeah, middle school, high school shit.
So that's where you claim you're from, pretty much. Like,
yeah.
That's where you jack you from Haverhill.
Yeah, that's where I was raised.
Okay, fire.
But
you play sports?
Yeah, I did play sports. I played football. I did track, and I did wrestling too.
Wrestling? How was that? I heard wrestling you gotta be like consistent, like them work like.
Yeah, it was a good friend of mine at the time who introduced me to the sport because I used to get like, I was a trouble kid, but I wasn't like a bad kid. I just
explain that a little bit, because I got some stories about that too. Like in my childhood, bro, like I learned how to play chess in 5th grade. Yeah, and it's because we started a food fight.
Yeah,
we started a food fight, and they put me in the back kids table, and it's like, here, chessboards.
Yeah,
but that led to me in 6th grade joining the chess team and traveling to play nationally.
That's crazy.
So it's like sometimes some bad things lead to good things.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Do you think that happened with you with some of those bad, as a kid?
Same thing. Like I wasn't eligible to play sports like my freshman year just because I get in trouble a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't that crazy, but like, and then this friend of mine, he was doing wrestling at the time, and then he was just like, yo, you should do sports. Like, you know what I'm saying? Do something after school with yourself, other than just like, I would go home, I'd make music, I'd play video games still, but like, I needed something to discipline myself.
Yeah.
And wrestling was definitely the sport to discipline me, But
what age you started making music? Like
I started making music when I was around like 11 years old, in like 6th grade.
Love songs to the shorties and shit?
Nah, I was just rapping. all the time. I mean, my first song that I wrote was a love song.
Where?
And then like I didn't record it. Actually, my first recorded song was a love song too. But I was always rapping. Like I would always try to freestyle, recess, and all that. But
you feel like that's your flow, more like rapping, like.
I mean, I like making music for girls now, you know what I'm saying, for sure. But like my flow is definitely it's rapping. Like I'm a rapper before.
If you had to create your own genre, what would you call it? Like some creative shit, like some shit that like you feel like your music stands out from just like the R&B or just the hip hop. Like, what would you call your shit that you can inspire other people to join that way?
I like alternative music a lot. So I say like alternative rap. / R&B, or like melodic alternative type of stuff.
Who does that type of music right now? Like a Tory Lanez type of person, or?
Yeah, Tory Lanez. You know what I'm saying? Like Drake when he gets in that pop bag. It's a lot of artists, man. It's a lot of artists that do that. I listen to Frank Ocean. Like I listen to.
That's the thing about me, bro. I'm in the music industry, but I barely listen to music.
Really?
I'm usually listening to like podcasts and things like that, but me is more like the business side of things. Like, and that's a question I have for you. Like, how do you feel like the creative economy is gonna benefit artists in the next few years? Like, what do you see people like really like, capitalizing on something? And you see how NFTs just came by. Like, what do you think is gonna be the wave for like the next few years?
I'm not sure right now. I feel like it's a good time to catch a new wave. Like when something comes along.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like right now I'm looking for the next app too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like what's gonna be the next
We're gonna be the next app. We got an app coming.
Yeah. Shit, nigga. We on that then. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's really
technology is crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Data collection is wild.
Yeah.
And, our generation, Gen Z, we're the most expensive data because we're the biggest generation.
Yeah, exactly, bro.
So we have the most influence and we're the one that spend the most.
I mean, look at TikTok.
That's just crazy.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I wish I got on TikTok very early, but I was just so, I guess I was being like an old head about it. I was like, what's this new stuff? Because like, I used to pass out CDs, bro. Like,
Word?
I was like the last generation to pass out CDs. Like when I was like,
I was going through your IG, boy. I seen you perform like in the Grand, with Pravi and shit like that.
I used to do that all the time. I used to perform in Providence. Those were the days where I was like a couple years before that was when I was going to Boston just passing CDs with my friends out.
How was that experience? To be honest, I met an artist. I think his name is like Boston from Bruno from the second floor or something like that, passing CDs, and he had like 9K and like he was tough.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to put in that hard work, do the shit that other people don't want to do.
Yeah.
Because that's what's going to deliver that outcome that you want.
Yeah, I say these days the CD era is not going to work.
Nah,
you know like, cause I seen the whole evolution of just like, it worked at first, and then I remember going to New York and I had my CD, I had my mixtape on this thing, and like it was like just the end of the era where even at Best Buy when I was working there, like I remember we were throwing like CDs away basically. Like all of our CD section, we were just cleaning it off. I was like, damn, it's the end of the CD era. Like I remember,
look at Blockbuster, like that shit got swiped out. Like
exactly.
You feel me? Like things are changing. So like I feel like right now, 2023 there's a new wave coming that creatives, entrepreneurs, artists, DJs, writers got to capitalize.
Somebody who meets your standards and do what they supposed to. The world is yours, baby. I'll show you. The world is so crazy. I hate how they hold you in a brand new car, but inside is the old you.
What are your biggest music influencers and why?
Growing up, I listened to a lot of different music, but like in my house, my mom obviously played like Aventura, and then
You ever do bachata, bro?
I would. My dad always tells me to do it.
That dude from New York, what's his name? Just like a bachatero that he's popping.
Yeah.
He's young. He's young. He's coming up. Reach out. You never know, bro.
Yeah, I know. I definitely gotta reach out to more. But
that's the international business shit too. Like that's what I be telling like some of the artists I be working with. Like, yo, try working with people that are singing a different language. Like for example, Sway is Arabic, so that he has a whole Arabic. Yeah, bro, he's a Habibi.
Shout out Sway.
You feel me, bro? So he is Dominican, so doing things in Spanish. You feel me? So it's just to get that cross marketing.
Yeah, I say, but yeah, my mom listened to a lot of Aventura. She'll listen to a lot of Bone Thugs.
Okay.
So it was like
mixture.
It was a mixture of a lot of things. I listened to a lot of 50 Cent, Chris Brown, Lil Wayne, Drake, like just a lot of people. A lot of different genres, man. I listened to one of my first albums that I bought. My first two albums I bought was Chris Brown's album and Mary J. Blige's album. And like I would just have it on repeat. And then Sean Paul's album right after that. So it was like three different.
I got that right.
Yeah, exactly. Right around that time. So
now back in the days, bro, in New York, like I grew up in New York, like those people you just mentioned were like having everybody on the choke.
That's what I'm saying.
Like it was just on Chris Brown was on replay, like Sean Kingston was on replay a lot around those times. It was crazy. Sean
Kingston too. I remember I used to sing Beautiful Girls.
What?
Every time we had a family event, my mom would just make me sing that in front of everybody, bro. I'd be like 8 years old, just singing, making everybody pay me $1.
Look at that, bro. So I feel like that's something else too that's happening in the music industry. A lot of people are resurfacing old songs, old beats, and like, like getting it hot. Like a lot of New York artists are doing it, like starting with like, like a dance song and then going into a drill. You feel me? How do you feel about that? Like, what's your,
I think it's lit. I think it's just music transitioning right now. It's good for music. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's always, change is good. So it's always good to bring something back that's comfortable to the ear now too as well. And it helps with the streams as well. It helps people listen to it. It makes people feel good. Like,
what was I going to say? But you also got to be careful with that because, with music, the business side of things, there's a lot of legalities. Yeah. You feel me? So you have any advice for like, upcoming artists on how to deal with like contracts, just legal shit?
Get your business right. You know what I'm saying? Get your business right before anything. Like, I remember just getting into a lot of legal shit and contract shit without having my business right. And then I came back home and shout out my boy Fame. He put me on to a lot of business shit.
Shout out Fame.
You know what I'm saying? Put me on to a lot of business shit that made me just sit there and really get my shit right and like read over my contract again. Like,
what's some of that? Like give like 2 at least. Some of those tips.
I mean, first of all, you know what I'm saying, start up an LLC.
100%.
Get your EIN number, do all that. You know what I'm saying, make sure it's official. Your name is branded, it's stamped, and you own it. And just really double check everything you read. Like read it 10 times over. Anything, just read it 10 times over.
What's the best part about being a creative?
Best part about being a creative,
the lifestyle, like that creative lifestyle, being outside, meeting a lot of people.
Yeah, it's definitely, exactly. Like the movement that you got going on right now, you know what I'm saying, that we got going on. Like I like going to those events and seeing all the other creatives. And on top of that, like it inspires me to go home and create and make more music.
Hell yeah.
And then it's crazy, like just traveling somewhere else and then getting the inspiration to make that type of music there. Like that's the best part about it.
And what's crazy, bro, is that music is everywhere.
Yeah.
Look at the UK music scene. That shit going crazy. Like what's his name? Central C, bro. Like he's coming out here I think soon.
Yeah, on the 22nd.
You feel me? But like that's just wild. Like how music in the Dominican Republic with the dembow, the whole La Cuarentena, all that crazy shit's going crazy. You could blow up with that. So being a creative, I feel like, and music, it's just gonna keep evolving. Like it's a everlasting thing. But what are some things you would have done different as an artist? Like you knowing what you know now in your early ages.
I would say just stick to exactly who I wanted to be. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I got a little too influenced, like being around that lifestyle. You kind of see a lot of shit that you just like, you feel like you have to be a certain way, but it's like you really don't. You can always be yourself, your authentic self, and that's when people are really gonna gravitate towards you and fuck with you.
I feel like that goes into one of my other questions, which was like, how do you feel about community building? Like that's what we do at Minds with Purpose. Like everything we do is like just providing a platform for people to be heard, people to be seen, for other connections to happen.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like yesterday, that Music Monday event, the first one was at Taller, bro. And again, it's a Monday night. Like, you feel me? Like, who likes Mondays? People be like, yo, Monday? What?
Yeah.
That's one of the questions we get when I invite people, but there's not much things going on a Monday. So there's not much, other plans people could be involved in unless like some emergency.
Yeah.
But when you're in that room, you see the value.
Yes, who wants it? You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, who wants it? Even if it's a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, it don't matter. Like, who wants it?
Exactly.
And honestly, like, those events, I love being at those events because like it's all smiles, it's all good vibes, and it's all like people just trying to. It's no matter who it is, people are in that building trying to do something with themselves. You know what I'm saying? So that's the best part about it. That's why I fuck with that.
What I love the most too is, bro, that artists when they show up and they have nobody with them, like there was an artist yesterday that he had nobody pop out for him, and he told me I got 50 people coming up, and he still did his thing. You feel me? Like, as an artist, you should get a fan base. That's very important. But at the end of the day, you got to rock on. You feel me? If you have one person, 2 people at the show, and that goes into another question I have. How was it like that at the beginning? Like your beginning shows?
Yeah, I've been disrespected on stage before, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've been like, people just like, nah, like, you know what I'm saying? Or people just quiet and it happens, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you gotta go through those type of times in order for you to just like build up the confidence for the next one. And you can't let that defeat you, you know what I'm saying? And I see those things and I have those days, even today, where I'll just pop out like dolo somewhere or whatever it is, as much as I have things going on, but like, it works out at the end of the day. And that's what builds the character, you know?
Nah, I feel like one thing I'm big on is failing. You feel me? You need to fail in order to grow. You can't win without failing. So like some artists want to be like, oh, I'm gonna make music and blow up tomorrow and that's it. I feel like it's more on the, if you fail and you build those habits, that's what's gonna help you grow.
Yeah.
So like as an artist, you got to start off opening up for other people. You feel me? Like you can't let that affect you. You can't be like, it's the same thing with DJs nowadays. Like, oh, if I'm not closing, I don't want to go. Yeah. You can't really have that mentality when there's so much competition in this business. You feel me? Music is a business at the end of the day. Yeah. So it's like, it's crazy. So my next question to you is going to be, what is the biggest room you've been in and name some of the people who were in attendance?
I feel like a lot of people already know. Like, I've been to dinner with Drake, his dad,
Fire.
Jay Prince, Jazz, like the whole OVO crew. Then there was Zach B in there, Drewski.
How was that energy, bro? I can imagine that energy was like
lit. Like
high vibrations.
I walked in there, I dapped everybody up like I've known them for 10 years. I was like, yo, what's up, what's up, what's up? Sat down with Drake and his dad, showed him my music video, like we just watched it together. I got to like bring some friends along too, so some hometown friends, so they got to see that
life changing shit.
Yeah, so that was probably like and it was like a private dinner too. Rented out the whole restaurant. It was
which one, you know?
Like State 48 upstairs, and it was lit, bro. Like that was probably like I've been in a lot of different rooms, but like that one specifically was
that was a cool moment.
Intimate.
How about music? Like, you know, like
music wise, I was in the studio with Sway Lee one time. Actually, yeah, Sway Lee. I'll tell us two stories. So I was in the studio with Sway Lee early on in my career, and he played like 14 songs, and they were all crazy.
Like,
and he just saw I was turned up. Like he didn't even know who I was, but he was like turned up with me. He was like, "Yo, this kid's lit." I was just hyped because like I fuck with him. You know what I'm saying?
He's turned, bro.
Yeah, and then. Another one was being in the studio with Farina. We got to sit in the booth together and like pass the headphone back and forth and help each other with like lyrics and stuff, and like it was lit. So that was probably like my best recording experience. And then the Sway Lee one was like
the most lit type shit.
Yeah.
You ever been to a studio in New York? Like them just look crazy.
Yeah, I've been to some.
Playing dice, like
I mean, we do that in Houston too. Like they play dice all the time. We're playing dice in Dave and Buster's. Like,
word.
Yeah.
I feel like that's like a culture, like with the music scene. Like it's always been around. I used to in high school. In the BU speech I'm doing in February, I speak about that because in high school, bro, like a lot of my days, that's all I did. Like I'll go to school, bro. I'll get a C to pass. And it's crazy how life changes. So that goes into my next question. Like, what are some of the troubles and like problems you run into now and ran into in the past, like making music, and how do you overcome them or have overcame them?
I guess I say like there's gonna be a lot of people that talk about you in a way like when you really mind your business and doing your own thing, you just gotta continue to do that. There's gonna be a lot of people who are going to not fuck with what you got going on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like coming from where I come from and the environments I'm in now, you know, it's always gonna be a lot of energy towards you where people are gonna try to throw it off. There's gonna be a lot of rooms that your name's gonna be brought up in that you're not even gonna be there, but even when your name is brought up in that room, it can still throw your energy off. So you gotta make sure you
be protected.
Yeah, you gotta make sure you're always protected. There was this one year where I was on a run. It was like the end of 2020. I was on a great run. I was promoting my song Styrofoam. And it was like the last day of Jazz's birthday weekend, and I had a flight at like 7 in the morning. It was like 4 in the morning.
Jazz is Jazz Prince.
Jazz Prince, yeah, Jazz Prince, man. Shout out Jazz Prince. And then so yeah, like I ended up fainting like out of nowhere at like 4 in the morning, and I broke my face. I fractured my jaw, my cheekbones. I broke my jaw, and I broke like 4 teeth in the front. And then I called my mom the next day, like, I was like, yo, I'm not gonna make it home, like, this and that. And then everybody around me, like, really good friends of mine were just, everybody gave me an evil eye after that. They were like, yo, bro, like, you just have a lot of good things going on right now. A lot of people are looking at you in a way where
they want you to win.
Yeah, like, a lot of people want you to win. There's a lot of energy towards you. A lot of people don't want you to win. A lot of people, so everybody started giving me evil eyes, and I really believed in that after, like.
I'm huge on the whole 222, 444, bro. Like,
I got it tatted on me.
I got
a new tattoo.
That's crazy. You see, that's crazy, bro. Like that ass, bro. Like I'm getting like that feeling down my back, you know. So I'll show you this, bro. Let me see where it's at. Literally today, I woke up this morning, cash out like 222, and I run into that shit every day, bro. Like I'm huge on that shit, bro.
Yeah, bro. Me too. I'm big on that. So
on manifestation too. Like I feel like everything I'm living right now, like this studio we have right now, is all been manifested. Yeah. But everything you say, you got to really put in that work.
Yeah. Like I remember smoking in the car with my boy John, smoking in the car with my boy TD, and like listening to Drake on his album drops. And then next thing you know, being there for his album release with him.
Look at that. That's crazy.
We talked about it. We wanted it. And like we made it happen. It's like now we're in a stage in life where it's like, all right, now let's manifest something else. And we just got to keep doing that. And
you got to be like that.
Yeah.
You gotta be like, you know, you accomplish some shit, what's next?
Exactly.
You feel me? But how was it when you first started? Did like, you know, your family support you? Like how was that? Cause you know,
all the way.
They want you to go to school type thing,
Yeah.
like focus on something else.
Yeah, they always talk about school. They always like, you need a plan B, you need a plan B. Until like they saw me, they surprised me one day and they showed up to my performance in 2018 at Providence, Rhode Island, and it was funny. Like everybody just smoking in there and stuff. I would never think my mom or my dad was in there. Everybody just smoking, drinking.
Turned up.
I'm like, yo, it's like a young kid's environment. And then like I just hear this lady screaming like, woo, like going crazy. I was like, what the fuck? Like, and on stage I was like, yo, that's my mom. I was like, no way, my mom is in here right now. I get off the stage and like she was there and like
that must have felt crazy, bro.
That's when like they really believed in me and they were like, yo, we're never gonna talk about school again. Like, just go with this, you know. So
that's 100%. You feel me? Like me, bro. Like I just love learning. You feel me? Like doesn't matter your environment. Like this. Not school, not learning. Every day, learn something new.
Yeah.
That's how you're gonna grow. That's how you're never gonna stay stagnant, complacent. And that goes into my next topic with you. You told me when we ran into each other the day that you want to get in, that you've been getting into like fashion.
Yeah.
What's your like? Talk a little bit about that.
I mean, I get a lot of support and help from my friends. My friend John, he's here right now.
Shout out John.
He would put me on to, and my friend Nick too. Like a lot of my friends would just help me style myself and tell me when I wasn't like
drippy and shit.
When I would wear a lot of small clothes.
Yeah.
Like I was always like, I didn't have a lot of clothes all the time. You know what I'm saying? Anytime I had clothes, it was from like my high school sports.
Yeah.
You know, and I'd wear that all the time. And people would always be like, yo, you're wearing the same thing over and over. And I was like, damn, like, what can I do? You know what I'm saying? But like now, like, when I really wanted it, so like I now I got the new stuff. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm sponsored by Fashion Nova. Now I get the clothes from all these companies, and they want to see me promoting it and doing this and that. It's because I wanted it. It's
that's 100%. Speak about the business about that a little bit. Like, you know, like I understand affiliate marketing, but how do you like? What advice can you give other upcoming artists? You know, to make some extra revenue, to get some extra exposure in the whole fashion world. How can you put them on?
Okay, so to make extra revenue, for myself, I came up with I actually want to start a business about this and like really like have people like start.
It's gonna happen. You're manifesting it right now, bro.
Start an agency on this called like the 5 Finger Plan. It doesn't matter whether you're an artist or you a brand trying to promote yourself, but as an artist wise, just find 5 sponsors where you could like. Something with clothing, something with food, something with sports, something with you know what I'm saying, like
just 5 different sectors, categories.
Yeah, 5 different sectors where you could just like get into. Because right now I have clothing, I have sports betting. I'm trying to get into.
They just made it legal in Massachusetts.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying. So
they about to put it on the mobile app soon.
Now I'm trying to get onto something with Prize Picks with that. Like that's why I'm always betting on Prize Picks and posting now. And then I have some.
When you say Prize Picks, you mean like
Prize Picks?
Prize Picks.
It's a betting like
platform.
Yeah, platform. So and then I have some with Slapwoods, tobacco.
I seen that.
Trying to do something with food now, and you know, something else. Just add like a 5 Finger Plan where I could just like push towards kind of, you know, look at yourself like a tree, and those are all the branches, and you just kind of push out so much that you start growing that money on that tree. You know what I'm saying?
That's kind of how we move here with Minds with Purpose. We got purposeful models, and we do the managing the models, the casting calls, the fashion shows, working with designers.
You know what I'm saying?
We have the content creation. You know, we do all that stuff. We do Purposeful Records with Kia and with Sway. You know, they're both talented. Like their growth, bro, has been crazy. And that's how it be when you consistently work with people who want to see you win. We're gonna push you to be better. Purposeful Eats. That's something else we got coming. That's something we can chop it up about. And that's pretty much like a platform for restaurants to get more exposure. You feel me? Like people love watching food content, bro. What? You know, and we also got Purposeful Sports, which is gonna be to bring awareness to upcoming athletes and help them get more NIL deals and scholarships.
That's fire.
And Purposeful Health is going to be to raise awareness on mental and physical health. Because, you know, there's mad gyms around here, physical gyms, but how many mental institutions is there?
Yeah, exactly.
And I don't know if you heard about what just happened the other day in Methuen.
Yeah, I heard about that.
You feel me? Like that shit that's happening right around us.
I actually have tattooed on myself. It says, "I love you, don't kill yourself."
That's
so I'm big on mental health and mental awareness.
You feel me? Like that's huge.
Yeah, so I'm big on that. So like, whatever I could do for that, I'm with it.
Nah, bro, let's get to work because like reality, bro. We just need to keep on inspiring others. Like you feel me? Like that's what I'm huge on. Like you know, like as a kid, I had friends who were in gangs, who were smoking, doing all these things. And I'm like, yo, bro, like, don't forget there's a future. Like, you feel me? Don't give up. Like, you know, like, don't get yourself into everything that sounds like the best. Like, you know, like, if shit sounds like super cool, but it's probably because there's like some big consequences involved. So just move smart. You feel me? Like, you know, like, there's many different routes. You can make music, you could make content, you could go to school, you could play sports, whatever the case may be. But my next question to you, bro, is where do you see yourself like in the next 3 to 5 years? Well, actually, yes, answer that one first. Where do you see yourself in the next 3 to 5 years?
In the next 3 to 5 years, I just see myself doing still doing what I'm doing now, just at a bigger level, on a bigger platform.
Selling out shows, arenas, headlining, all that shit.
Giving back, foundations, like I see myself just getting into all of that because right now it's what I'm like. It's the base of it. You know what I'm saying? So it's
just the beginning, bro.
Just the beginning.
It's gonna be just the beginning for the first 5, 6 years. That's what I always say, bro. Like we're just gonna keep growing. And how about for 2023? Leave us off with like everything that's coming this year, your upcoming shows, you know, everything you got, your upcoming projects, upcoming drops.
So I got a song coming out this Friday, February 3rd, called "Can't Complain."
Don't miss it.
Yeah, don't miss it. And then I got a show on Thursday with Cash Page in Houston, Texas. And then on February 7th, I have a show in Brooklyn with Cash Page as part of her tour. It's called Me Versus Myself. And then February 9th, 10th, we're gonna be out there for Fashion Week. I should be on the runway with Gigi.
Oh shit!
And then that's gonna be like my debut on the runway.
Word.
And, so
we might have to have you in our next fashion show, bro. I want low key. I want to model one day too, bro. Like,
I mean, why not? You know,
bro, it's just experiences, bro. And like, you seen Kodak modeling? Like, you feel me? A lot of artists are tapping in, bro. Not only into modeling, but also like acting as well, like getting into other sources. So. You feel me? You gotta,
I would love to get into acting too, you know.
Staying innovative, doing skits at first, and then you get that first movie call. You're like, oh shit.
Exactly, man.
You know, and it's possible, you feel me?
Yeah.
And my last question for you is, bro, how do you balance your personal life with your career? Like, what's that balance that, you know, we all should have a little bit of?
I make sure not to put too much out on the internet, you know what I'm saying? But I also make sure to stay my authentic self all the time. Like, I'm always be real with every question, like whatever it is. I'm not ashamed of anything. You know what I'm saying? Because as soon as you hide that one thing, it'll come out. You know what I'm saying? Everything comes out to like you can't hide nothing. So whatever it is, you know.
You gotta be real.
Yeah, anything that's thrown at me, I accept it and I take it with Jason and Mosa, and that's it. And I move forward with it.
And I love that. You know, separating Jason is Jason, Mosa is Mosa. That's how I feel about my brand. Like, I'm Healthy's and Minds with Purpose is Minds with Purpose.
Exactly.
But where can our community find you? What's your social media handles?
It's at Heartbreak Mosa on all platforms. You can find me on everything, and then on Apple Music, Spotify, any music platform. It's just Mosa, MOSA.
Tap in, don't miss out. Follow us at Minds with Purpose, and thank you for tuning in. You know, my bro, good shit, bro.